You almost got it. You gotta be quicker than that. Sharks lose again in overtime again. The San Jose Sharks lose again in overtime, this time to the Montreal Canadiens. Second game in a row on their Canadian road trip. Georgiev in net, Vlasic back in, and Klim Kostin back in the lineup for the first time after his injury. First period by far was the most entertaining period, I think, other than overtime. Obviously, overtime's always fun. Bit of a slow start until Will Smith, going in the corner, plays the body, takes a look, dishes it to Zetterlund. Boom. Beautiful goal. Although, as we know recently, just because the Sharks score first does not mean they win the game. And stayed true tonight. Not long after that, a miscommunication between Jake Wallman and Celebrini at the blue line, offensive blue line that is, and the Canadiens go the other way, and they score. There goes the early lead. Right after the Zetterlund goal at the beginning of the game, Canadiens took it over. It went for like 5-10 minutes maybe, where they just had a shooting gallery. It was one after another. Sharks couldn't do anything to stop it. Georgiev luckily held on tight and managed to keep it pretty close. That is until Colin Graff absolutely pantses a guy. Pantses the rookie Owen Beck. Perfect dish to Nico Sturm. Sharks up 2-1. Also, did you guys see? They mentioned it on the broadcast as well, but when Nick Suzuki just pulled the jersey of, well, it was on the back, I guess. I can't do it, but he pulled the jersey of Macklin Celebrini just to get around him. Celebrini tried to do it back, but I don't think he wanted to get called for a penalty. The ref was right there. Don't know why they didn't see it when Suzuki did it, but you get away with what you get away with, I guess. I don't remember exactly when I noticed it, but I noticed that Vanacek, being the backup goalie tonight, had to sit on the opposite side of the ice from the benches. He's like facing the benches. He's literally in the crowd on the glass. Just has like a front row seat. I know the seat at SAP Center is a little funky, but at least they're next to like the ice crews. They're not just in the crowd. But no, he was just in the crowd. And then before the period ends, the other Calder favorite, Lane Hudson, beautiful fake slap shot into a pass right to Nick Suzuki, and man, he puts it away. Man, that Lane Hudson kid, he's pretty good, huh? He had me thinking for a while there during the game. I'm debating, I don't know, I'll have to look into it closer, but he might take the Calder from Celebrini just because that East Coast bias, being from an Original Six team, Macklin being in San Jose, I really want him to win it. Second period starts, and the Wenberg-Smith-Zetterlund line on fire all night. They were playing amazingly. It felt like every shift they had, they ended it with a shot on goal, a chance at least. And that was awesome. And then some people's favorite part of the night, puck in the corner, they're battling for it. They're all elbows, shoulders, knees, everything going at it. Ref tells them to move it, and Struble decides, I'm just going to cross-check him. Boom, right in the back. Ty Dellandrea goes down, flattened. Barclay Goodrow does not like that. There's a biff. It was pretty even. It probably depends on who you ask, on who won the fight. I'd say Goodrow did because he's a Shark. Habs fans would probably say Struble did because he's a Hab. That's how it goes. It kind of felt like tonight was being taken over a little bit, at least on the Shark side, by the young guns. They were all playing well. Eklund, Celebrini, Smith, Graff, Mukmadulin, they were all playing well, and they were all showing that they belong in this league. And at the beginning of the year, they weren't quite doing that. You know, Celebrini always was, but it was always a little bit, I wish he did that, I wish he did this, I wish they played like this, but now it's really starting to happen. To that point, Mukmadulin, at one point, lifts the puck right over the Habs D, trying to get it out of the zone. Perfect. Smith, Zetterlund, 2-on-1. What's he going to do? Is he going to pass to Zetterlund, who has already scored tonight? They already had that connection, or is he going to shoot it himself? Sniped it! Sniped it! Beauty of a shot. Glove side. Montembeault did not have a chance. Beautiful. Beautiful goal. Sharks up 3-2. And not long into the third period, Thrun looks like he's hurting a bit. And it looks lower body. I don't know what it is. Don't know how it happened, but he didn't finish the game. And he missed a few shifts in the middle of the game as well. And then the Habs goal to make it 3-3, yeah, he and Graf just didn't look on top of it. I think that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back for the night for Thrun. After that, I don't know if he came back much. He needs to sit out, I guess. And so might be looking at a call-up here because Sharks might be down another D-man for the next game. Rest of the third period goes on. Celebrini and Toffoli, back-to-back chances. Toffoli hits the post. So close. But the game stays even 3-3, going. And, of course, in the last 10 minutes, what do we get? There hasn't been a penalty all game on either side. Sure enough, Graf trips somebody. They go on the PK. What a PK it was. What an effort. 2 guys broke their sticks. 2 guys. It was essentially a 5-on-2 because 2 of them didn't even have sticks, 2 of the Sharks. And they still kept it out of the net. They killed the penalty. What a heroic thing. You'd think that would build some momentum, right? Wrong. They get another one. This one, though, oh, what a stupid call. That Mook Madulin holding call, that did not count. That's not holding, dude. But you're not going to argue with the refs. They send it to the box. Another 2 minutes. They got to kill it off. They kill it. They kill it. Game stays even, 3-3. And last few minutes of the game, I'm thinking, Sharks haven't had a power play. Sure enough, right in between the numbers. Right between the numbers. He gets smacked. Boarded. Complete. That's a boarding call if I've ever seen one. What are you doing not calling that? No one really stood up for him, which was a little disappointing. If there was a hit I'd want to see a fight after, it's the Delandria one earlier in the game that Goodrow fought with, and this one. Dude, he's 18. You got to stand up for him, you know? He's the superstar. You got to stand up for him. You got to fight. I know it's late in the game, but you got to at least send a message, a big hit, something. Doesn't happen. And overtime. Second straight game. Let's see what happens. Now, last game, Warsofsky got a bunch of hate from some people online about who we started that overtime with. And this time, it was a little different. I don't think he'll get the same hate. Wenberg having an amazing couple games, especially since Granlund got traded. I've made that connection. Granlund gets traded, that spot empties, Wenberg takes it. Just kind of like when Granlund came over from Pittsburgh. He's given this bigger role on a team. Players tend to thrive when that happens. So I think that's what's happening to Wenberg here, and that's awesome to see. They start with Wenberg, Celebrini, Wallman. Cool. I'm alright with that. Wallman played a bunch tonight. Celebrini was a little upset after that hit. And Wenberg, on fire, as usual. They have a couple chances, back and forth as 3-on-3 overtime always is, until Graf almost gets caught with a too many men penalty. He signaled like he was going to come off. The guy hops on. Graf doesn't come off. I could hear the crowd screaming a little bit, but the refs didn't call it. The guy got off straight away. Almost got away with that one. But doesn't matter because Caulfield, Celebrini gets back on. Caulfield just walks around him. That's game. 2 overtime losses in a row, 2 Canadian teams in a row. Let's hope it's better against Ottawa on Saturday. Couple shout-outs. Klim Kostin coming back from injury. Good to see him back on the ice. He made a couple impact hits, which was nice. But they might be easing him back into it. He only played 7.5 minutes, a team blow tonight. And that's not a lot of minutes. That's very few, actually. So hopefully his minutes get upped a little bit as we go along on this road trip. Wenberg, like I said, playing like a beast. 2 assists tonight, and he shows no sign of stopping. He's been a really good second-line center right behind Celebrini there on the 70s line, so let's hope he keeps it up. Will Smith, 11 points in his last 12 games. A goal and an assist tonight. Let's see it, dude. He's getting better and better by the game, and that's awesome to see. That's exactly what we wanted this year. Another loss, but Tank Dream. They kept it interesting. Lost in overtime. What more can you ask for? Ottawa Saturday. Toronto Monday. Let's see how the rest of the road trip goes.